I'm sitting here with Carol Dinsmore of Keller Williams, and we're so glad to just get to know you a little bit more. Carol, tell us how long you've been with Keller Williams and how long you've been in real estate.
Yep. So this is actually my 10th year. In February marked my 10th year in real estate. I started right here in Lynchburg with Keller Williams, and this is where I've remained.
Yeah, and I have a special part of the story because you started on my team,
I
on
did.
the Hire team, the Friar team, and now you have gone out and done great things, and we couldn't be prouder of you. Why, 10 years is a long time. Why have you stayed with Keller Williams for 10 years?
Yeah. So one of the main reasons that I did come to Keller Williams was because of our God family business. And so I wanted to be in an environment where I could freely talk about that, and that gave that to me. And then I didn't even know when I was interviewing brokerages that Keller Williams was where Teresa was, and so that was someone that I knew a little bit from new construction just because of that involvement. And then learned then from some of the greats, I should say some of the founders, and I just ended up placing myself with them. And so 2.5 years later, when we were being relocated because of Jeff's work, which we'll get to that a little bit because that kind of ties into the story, because I loved my brokerage. I loved my broker and I didn't want to leave. And so when I found out that I would be able to serve the same areas that I needed to down there and did not have to change my license where it was at, I left it. And so that's how I've remained here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the story of your husband and the new construction part of your world.
Yeah, so we have, I had already had a background of about 25 years in the housing industry, and Jeff always wanted me to sell real estate, and we had children. So I was like, one of the most important things in my role as a mama would to be there for them and raise them. But then I also felt like one of the most important roles for me to be successful and a strong real estate agent would to be able to be there for my clients. So I couldn't do it for years. And so finally, once we moved up here, we kind of got off of the wheel of new construction on our own with our own business. And he was hired by Rock River Homes. And at that time, there was a division here in Lynchburg. And so we came here, and that is when I got my license and just started sitting in open houses on 3 Sundays out of the month. I would sit in the open houses and just learn them even more. I was proud of them. I loved them. They were beautiful. And it was a great training ground for me to be in. 2.5 years later, Rock River decided to discontinue this division here in this market and move back to where we were closer to where we were at. So that is why we moved back and how that happened.
So tell me where you predominantly are working now in your real estate business, but also I know still doing Rock River. What areas, if I needed a realtor, in what counties would I call Carol?
So I serve a huge geographical location. My area is more rural, and so I will drive anywhere from where I am at about 2 hours around me. I would love to stay an hour, but I will definitely go 2. So if you basically look at a map and you look at Richmond, it is a wide geographical location around that. Predominantly Mecklenburg County. So think Lake Gaston, think Brunswick County, think Nottoway, think Amelia, Prince Edward. I have listings now in Appomattox, Concord, Campbell County, wherever I need to come, I will go. So it's a wide area, but I've got roots in New Kent County. So that's kind of more, east of Richmond, Powhatan, Chesterfield, I think I'm in 5 different MLSs.
And I think we've joined at Keller Williams 2 MLSs just to cover the areas that you needed to cover. And we do have a lot of rural land in Virginia. And yes, you are not. I've always been impressed at how you're just not afraid to get in the car and drive.
Yeah.
So,
In addition to that, I'm also now licensed in North Carolina. So, again, when you think Lake Gaston, where I physically live at, in 30 minutes, I'm crossing the North Carolina line. So anything in that Warren County, there's several different areas right there, just kind of in that northern area of North Carolina, if you will, that I will dip down into as well. And I already have started doing that.
Very cool, very cool. You're also, because you're so rural, you've been telling me about how you are expanding into land. If somebody wants a piece of land, then and they want to bring their own builder, or just want it for hunting or fishing or escape. Tell us about land. That is something you feel confident and capable to do?
Absolutely. I actually, when I was on your team, I did a ton of land, and it just kind of happened to be the avenue that I fell in. I loved being outside. I wanted to walk property. I am very familiar with how to read, surveys or plats and, find certain things. I've got tools that I've implemented into my business that I have that help me with that. But I'm not afraid of getting out there and doing that. And just, there's more than just that. You can have land for farming or recreational use, or you may want to build, you may want to just have timber value, you may want to just have it as an investment. And I think there's several different avenues of that. So I'm good at understanding that and being able to help people figure that out. But there's things with zoning and RPAs or easements and things like that are, there's mineral rights. There's a lot of things that go with selling land, and I am experienced in all of that. So yeah, I was super excited. I did join the KW Land Division this year at Family Reunion, and so I'm super excited to kind of take that to another level in my business. It's a huge missed area, and I'm hoping to excel in it.
Carol, what is your big why? Why do you sell real estate? Tell me about what's important to you.
So we have a horse farm, and we are huge into barrel racing, and we travel up and down the East Coast doing that. So hands down, that is our one thing that our family does all together, besides and outside of church. But that is absolutely my why. Keeping the right horses under our girls and having everything that goes along with that.